Hello fish fools, Jeff here. So these are my two 40-gallon breeder aquariums. They're both community tanks featuring primarily live bearers, guppies and platies, and various peaceful community fish that they are compatible with. And they're both side by side, and I set them up on the, this is a DIY aquarium stand made of cinder blocks and 2x6s, just set up like as if it's a table, and the weight of the cinder blocks and the aquariums on top of them just holds it all together, so no tools or screws or nails or anything are necessary, and it just kind of fits perfectly in this spot right here in my house. And this is just, these are shower curtain liners. I just have them draped over just for, looks a little more aesthetically pleasing, like they're as if they're tablecloths, but then they're shower curtain liners, so they're waterproof too. So I mean, it's gonna get wet, so it works perfectly like that. And so what I'm going to do today is switch up some of the lighting. Like right now, you can kind of look as if they're well lit up enough. But I'm going to add a light. Right now, the one on this one right here has on top it has a Finnex Stingray and a current light. They're both 3-foot, 36-inch lights. These are 40-gallon breeders are 3 feet long. And on this one I have a Finnex Stingray 2, just one of them. And instead of having 2 in 1, I'm going to go with 2 in 2. So what I'm going to be adding is this. This is an Aquaneat Submersible light. So I'm going to add this. Notice how the rim on this one is bigger than that. So this is a 40-gallon. This is a Tetra model, and this is the Aqueon. Aqueon is what Petcos sell, and they commonly have the $1 per gallon sales, and like for 10 to 29 gallon tanks and 50% off, and they would have the sales on 40, 55, and 75 tanks. And I think now the $1 per gallon is probably gone forever. They'll still have sales, but they're more 50% off, which is higher than $1 per gallon. I mean, let's face it, inflation is upon us. And this is the Tetra. This is what PetSmart sell. So at the time, this is what when I needed one, this is what I got. And one thing about it is, with the longer rim here, I think that would be best suited for a submersible light. So I can put it right in there, and it'll block this and shine it right inside the tank. So as it is now, Finnic Stingray right here, the current light. I had these both on my 30-gallon when I first set up that tank over 4 years ago, and initially started out with just the Stingray by itself, later added this to it, and this just has the Finnex Stingray 2, but these are 40 gallons, these are 18 inches long, so I think it'd be better to have 2 lights here. So I'm going to keep the Finnex Stingray, move this current over here, and have the LED light, the submersible Aquaneat light, right in the front here to shine down inside. So one of the things, even though it does as they are now, is pretty sufficient lighting. But the thing is, like, if I come up to the tank and the fish come up thinking I want to feed them, can't really get a good look at them because they're up and they're not in the way of the light. Where if I had a light over like this, you can see them better. I'm just sliding it forward. Like here, like that, or like that, so you can get a better look at the fish. Yeah, so step back and see how they are now and see what difference this makes. So I'm gonna move the current over here and add this in here and see what difference that makes. Stand by. Alright, so added the submersible light in here, moved the current light over here, so now we got a Finnex Stingray and the Aquaneat Submersible light. Then we got a Finnex Stingray 2 and the current light over there. I think that is a noticeable improvement. So just coming up closer here, it does allow me to see the fish better when they're up in the front. Only thing is maybe just being a little short. It's a 30 inches when this is 36 inches long, so just on the edges maybe, but yeah, I think that is an improvement. So yeah, this is not the first submersible light I've gotten. I think they're pretty good. I don't know anything about par or anything like that really, but I wouldn't think they would be good for a primary light on a big tank like this, or any tank that's really over 10 gallons probably, but as a secondary light it's definitely pretty good. I'm going to show you a 10-gallon tank that I have. So this 10-gallon tank, this is the first time I ever tried a submersible light. So right here I just ended up putting this on the side there. That's a night crew light, and then I ended up getting a second one here. I don't recall the type. But this was a 10-gallon tank that has one of these, came as a kit with the lid inside the hood, had these LED lights, and those wore out, and they're not very good to begin with. So adding these submersible lights to a tank like this with one of these kit hoods is ideal, I think. And here's a quick look at my 29-gallon swordtail community tank. So I just have a Beamswork light, LED light up top, and this one I did add a submersible light just to enhance the light a bit more. And back to the 40-gallon here, so this being the Tetra 40-gallon breeder tank. The rim is just enough to even like cover it, so I think it's perfect for this type of tank. Might even be up close, maybe a little too bright, or just brighter. Trying to use my camera on my phone. I mean, in person, me looking at it looks awesome, but it might be a little too bright here, but yeah. Looking at the live bearers in here, they're all, these mutt guppies and with some endlers in the mix. So this 40 gallon compared to this 40 gallon, you can notice there's less live bearers. The live bear population is not growing as much as this one. I mean, the reason being, this has a lot more cover with all this Java moss not filling in, and I did just remove some and showed that in my previous video. Like, I pulled out some in the corner here, but it is really filling up, and I was purposely leaving it out of this tank because I wanted it to have a different kind of style. But there's still some of these guppies born in this tank have grown up not as much, and haven't seen any platyfry yet. I've just a trio of platies in here, one male and two females. Those were born in here, but they are mature enough that they should be able to breed. So, I mean, perhaps there might even be some platyfry in here hiding somewhere, but I expect at some point I'll be able to see them. And hopefully adding more light in here will increase some of the plant growth. If I get this water sprite growing more and filling in, they'll provide cover for some fry. And my Pogostem and Stellatus octopus plant, which is supposed to be a easy, fast-growing stem plant, is not doing so good. I think it might be more so due to my hard water rather than lack of lighting, but maybe the lighting will help it. One thing I'm realizing is some of the stem plants that I've been trying don't do as well in my hard water. But Java moss does good in my hard water. Yeah. Alright, so there's my two 40-gallon breeder live bear community tanks. Without switching up the lighting and adding the submersible light. Alright. Well, that's it for now. And remember, I'm Jeff, and I enjoy fishies. Thanks for watching.